So you're thinking about moving to the Atlanta suburbs. I'm guessing that Alpharetta caught your eye, or maybe you've heard of Johns Creek, which is recently named the #1 best place to live in the US by US News and World Report. Then again, Suwanee might be just the hidden gem quietly climbing to the top of your list. These three North Metro Atlanta suburbs are often at the top of relocation shortlists, and that's for good reason. Whether it's the schools, the parks, the diversity, they're all a solid investment with a really nice high quality of life. But depending on your lifestyle and budget, they can offer very different experiences. So how do you actually know which one is right for you? Well, today in this video, I'm gonna do a straight up, honest head-to-head of Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and Suwanee. We're gonna talk about everything from home prices and schools to traffic and lifestyle. Hey, my name is Allison, and my partner Jennifer and I work on a real estate team specializing in helping people relocate to the North Atlanta area. So if you're considering making a move to North Atlanta, call, text, or email us, and you can also schedule an appointment using the link in the comments in the description below. All right, let's talk about home prices. Let's just be real for a second. None of these cities are considered cheap, okay? But you do get what you pay for. Johns Creek is located in Fulton County. The prices are at the top of the list in this community with a median single-family home price around $840,000. Johns Creek is a pretty traditional North Atlanta suburb. Great schools, but fewer walkable retail areas. A fun fact about Johns Creek is it actually used to be a part of Alpharetta until it officially became its own city in 2006. Alpharetta is also located in Fulton County, and really it's very similarly priced, next in line with a median home price around $835,000. With all of the new construction and walkable areas like downtown Alpharetta and Avalon, top schools, it's really a lifestyle and you're gonna pay for it. Suwanee is one that you may not have heard of, and it's gonna give your wallet a slight break, okay? The median single family home price is around $690,000. So not cheap, but still much better than Alpharetta and Johns Creek. It's really a great, well-planned, family-focused, and it has some of the most loved parks and neighborhoods, and it's split between Forsyth and Gwinnett County. It's important to consider the county when you're relocating to the area, taxes and cost of living. When it comes to property taxes, there are a few important differences between Gwinnett County, where Suwanee's located, Forsyth County, where some of Suwanee's located, and Fulton County, which is home to both Alpharetta and Johns Creek. If you live in Alpharetta or Johns Creek, your property bill is gonna have two layers. So the first one is to Fulton County, which is gonna be like your base taxes, and it's gonna cover those services like public schools, libraries, and safety. On top of that, you're also gonna pay a city-specific tax, and that's gonna fund more local services such as police, fire, road maintenance, and the parks. These additional city taxes really push that bill up, and it's much higher compared to some of the other metro counties, including Gwinnett and Forsyth. Much of Gwinnett, including Suwanee, is unincorporated, so many of the residents only pay county taxes, and that's gonna include both general services and the Gwinnett County Public Schools. If you live in a Gwinnett city like Suwanee, Duluth, or Lawrenceville, you might pay a small additional city tax, but these rates are gonna be much lower than what you're paying in the cities in Fulton County. Plus, Gwinnett and Forsyth have this simpler government setup, which often results in the lower overall property tax bills compared to Fulton County. The difference may not be massive, but over time it can really add up. For example, a $500,000 home in Atlanta might carry a tax bill between somewhere around $5,400 and $6,200 per year. A similar home in Suwanee is going to run you about $4,700 to $5,500 annually. So it's about a $1,000 difference. Both counties are going to offer really great exemptions for primary homeowners, seniors, and some income qualified residents. So looking beyond taxes, if you want to maximize your budget, Suwanee often is going to give you more space and value for your money. Johns Creek tends to be price competitive with Alpharetta, but offers more of that like quiet, classic, upscale lifestyle. And of course, they have consistently strong schools. Meanwhile, Alpharetta is, a cool place to be. It's polished, it's modern, and it has trendy walkable areas that you're not gonna find in the other two cities. It's really got that wow factor, and it comes with a higher price tag. Since all three are in Georgia, you're comparing apples to apples on income taxes. So in Johns Creek, it's known for upscale dining and prestigious country clubs. So you can expect to spend a little more if you love, fine restaurants and exclusive memberships. Alpharetta also offers a really vibrant food scene with plenty of trendy upscale eateries that can add up a lot if you like to dine out. Suwanee has a much more community-focused feel to it with local events, parks, and affordable or free festivals. So it's perfect if you want that rich social life without a premium price tag. In short, Johns Creek and Alpharetta deliver more luxury and variety, while Suwanee's gonna give you more of that budget-friendly living with a close-knit community feel. So another thing to consider when you're moving to the Atlanta area is traffic and commuting, and really here's where it gets personal. During rush hour, the 400 can back up pretty fast, so a 35-minute drive can easily turn into 50 minutes. And if you have to go to the airport, plan for at least an hour, and if you're in the peak travel times, it's definitely going to be a little longer than that. The trade-off is you get that straight route in and out, which makes the commute more predictable than some of the other areas. Johns Creek is northeast of Alpharetta. It's a little bit more tucked away, which is great for that kind of peace and quiet lifestyle, but not as convenient for commuters. No major highways cut through it, so most of your drive is going to be on surface roads like Medlock Bridge or State Route 120. Those roads often get clogged up with stop-and-go traffic during peak hours. So you're looking at somewhere around 45 minutes to an hour to get to Midtown, and around an hour or more to get to the airport. It's not unmanageable, but it requires patience. Suwanee is located in Gwinnett County or Forsyth County. Now, depending on where you're at in Suwanee, it's going to be about 33 miles northeast of Midtown, and it really benefits from quick access to I-85. So that gives you a more efficient route into the city, especially compared to Johns Creek. On a good day, you're looking at about 45 minutes to an hour into Midtown. The airport is over an hour. Having a major interstate nearby is really going to help with consistency, a lot like we talked about with Alpharetta. Suwanee might feel a little bit more off the beaten path, but when it comes to commuting, it's actually pretty well connected. So the bottom line is, if you're commuting to Atlanta regularly, each area has its own pros and cons, and Alpharetta is going to offer that, direct highway access, but maybe some heavy traffic. Johns Creek is going to be quieter, but maybe a little slower to get in and out of, and Suwanee is going to give you a solid interstate access, but it kind of feels a little further out on the map. All right, and now the number one reason that people move here in the first place is the schools. All three cities, Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and Suwanee, have excellent public schools, okay, with top-rated high schools and really strong feeder schools throughout all of these cities. But it gets a little nuanced. So some schools are associated with Alpharetta, but they also serve parts of Johns Creek or Milton. And again, that goes back to Johns Creek and Milton and Alpharetta were all part of this unincorporated North Fulton County before 2006. And many of the areas originally had Alpharetta mailing addresses before the cities officially incorporated. So as a result, school zones can cross city lines. The name of the city doesn't always change or match the school district that you're in. If you're house hunting with a specific school in mind, it's important to look at those zoning maps and not just the city that's listed on the address. Alpharetta is known for Alpharetta High School, Chattahoochee High School, Milton High School, and Cambridge High School, which are all in the top 10 schools in Fulton County. The Fulton County Science Academy is a strong option for those seeking a private education for their kids, and that's according to various rankings. Johns Creek is home to some of the highest performing schools in the state. That's including Northview High School, Chattahoochee High School, and Johns Creek High. You'll also find standout options like Mount Pisgah, Notre Dame Academy, which are all great choices if you're looking for something outside of the public school system. Suwanee, as I said, it sits, kind of in between Gwinnett and Forsyth counties, so school zoning really depends on which side that you're on. Some of the top high schools in Suwanee are Lambert, which is in Forsyth, North Gwinnett, Peachtree Ridge, and even Northview's in some of the fringe zones. These schools consistently rank high across the board with strong academics, competitive athletics, and tons of extracurricular offerings. Suwanee schools in particular are known for being really well-rounded, and there's something for everyone. The bottom line here is that really there's no wrong choice. Just make sure to check the zoning maps, because areas like Alpharetta and Johns Creek, city names can be a little misleading when it comes to school. That becomes especially important. The Fulton County School District spans both cities and prioritizes capacity and proximity, not just the city limits, plus a standout community feel. Ultimately, it comes down to what kind of school and community culture you really want, and whether zoning or flexibility is more important to you and your family. So let's talk about the feel of each city. What is the lifestyle really like? So Alpharetta, think modern, polished, and upscale. Endless options for luxury shopping, high-end dining, Tesla-filled parking lots. Avalon and downtown Alpharetta are really buzzing with live music, farmers markets, and rooftop bars. So if you like to go out and have a good time, Alpharetta is probably going to be your top choice. Johns Creek is for those that are a little quieter and more refined. Safety is a top priority, and Johns Creek sits at the top of the list as one of the safest places to live in Georgia. But you're also going to find plenty of great restaurants, international dining spots, really great golf courses, and a ton of classic subdivisions. There's really not much of a scene. That said, the city is stepping up its game with a major new development called Medley. This is designed to be a true town center, so it's going to bring in a mix of restaurants, green spaces, a boutique hotel, and even residential options like apartments and townhomes. Think Alpharetta's Avalon or Halcyon, but in Johns Creek. It's really a big move that's set to expand the area's lifestyle offerings and boost demand even more, which is hard to imagine because Johns Creek is so competitive. Suwanee, again, has more of that down-to-earth vibe with a touch of artsy charm and a strong family focus and family life. The heart of it all is is in the Suwanee town center, a walkable hub filled with food trucks, concerts, playgrounds, and plenty of green space. There's a real sense of community pride here, and it shows in the number of events hosted throughout the year. Farmers markets, outdoor movies, half marathons, festivals, like there's really something for everyone. And the downtown area features an amphitheater, parks, local restaurants, unique shops, and it just makes it easy to plug into that local scene. So if you're someone that likes that tight-knit, small town feel where neighbors actually know each other, Suwanee really delivers. There are some differences in the housing between these three cities. Johns Creek homes are going to be traditional suburban subdivisions. Most of them are going to be in HOA neighborhoods, and you're going to find mostly single families. There are some townhomes and condo options. There's also some really high upscale country club neighborhoods. I mean, you're looking at well over $1 million to live within these communities, but the golf courses and amenities in the neighborhoods might make it worth it for you. So in short, want the scene? Alpharetta is going to be your choice. If you want peace and space and some elite schools, Johns Creek is a great option. If you want a small town feel with big time amenities, you must check out Suwanee. Another feature of these suburbs are the parks and outdoor space. If you like to be outside, you're in the right corner of Georgia. Suwanee wins major points here. The award-winning Town Center Park is really a lively spot. It has a splash pad, amphitheater, and tons of events from concerts to farmers markets. So just next door, Town Center on Main is going to have trails and green space, and Playtown Suwanee offers a brand new 10,000 square foot playground. The Suwanee Creek Greenway is perfect for biking or jogging, and George Pierce Park has trails, sports fields, and more. Plus, there's a bonus. There's a dedicated food truck park, which is making it easy to grab a bite after a walk or outdoor event. Now, Alpharetta really stands out. It's stepped up its outdoor game in a big way. The Alpha Loop is this growing trail system that connects spots like Avalon, downtown Alpharetta, and North Point, and it's perfect for walking, biking, or just enjoying the day. Throughout downtown Alpharetta, you're going to find these charming little pockets, shaded seating areas, and cool public art that's kind of like tucked away in between boutiques and restaurants. The city also hosts regular food truck events, outdoor concerts, farmers markets, so it really is this lively, walkable vibe with plenty of green space to relax and recharge. Johns Creek also offers plenty of green space and recreation for all areas. Some of the standout parks: Newtown Park is a local favorite with sports fields, walking trails, a large playground, and one of the best dog parks in the area. It also hosts outdoor concerts, movies, and community events. Shakarag Park is another standout. It's known for scenic walking, trails, ponds, and a really peaceful environment. With multiple recreation centers, tennis courts, and a well-maintained park system throughout the city, Johns Creek is perfect for those that love an active, family-friendly lifestyle. So here are some final thoughts. Okay, if you're choosing between Alpharetta, Johns Creek, and Suwanee, it's kind of like choosing between three luxury SUVs. They're all going to get you there in style, but the experience is just going to be a little bit different. Want walkability and nightlife? Go to Alpharetta. Want elite schools and quiet neighborhoods? Johns Creek is calling. If you want a little bit more of that family feel with more local community events, you've got to check out Suwanee. Also, we just put a video together about Johns Creek, and we talk a lot about Medley, so be sure to check that out. So if you're thinking about relocating to the North Atlanta suburbs, reach out to us today. We'd love to help you explore. Feel free to call, text, email, or set up that appointment. We hope to see you next week. Thanks.